morning and welcome to Update 3. How are you getting on with your February challenge? Well, I've got to the end of learning the words, which means that for those of you who have heard my lecture on memory techniques, that I am at stage 3 of 4. And because this is a really important point, and it's kind of the difference between winging it and I might get through it and doing a fantastic delivery of the ritual, I thought I'd just remind you of the 4 stages of learning, because getting from 3 to 4 is really an important step to take. So here's a little diagram, and I sometimes describe this in how you learn to drive. So excuse me, step 1 is when you kind of don't know what you don't know. So it can't be that difficult, can it? Loads of people drive. I'm sure I'll be able to do it. So that's stage 1. It's sort of a little bit of ignorance. You look at your ritual and you think, oh, it's only 1 paragraph. I'm sure I'll be able to manage that. Stage 2 is when you realise the enormity of the task. So with your driving, you think, do I have to do the pedals, look in the mirror, look at the wheels, watch the traffic, manoeuvre, signal, all those kind of things. Do I have to do all that at once? I'll never do it. And with your ritual, you realise that this is a piece that just doesn't flow. I'm never going to be able to get to the bottom of this. I just can't get it into my head. So stage 2 can be a bit of panic stations. But the good thing is that if you persevere, you'll soon move from stage 2 into stage 3. So stage 3 is where you've kind of got it under your belt, and you could probably do the ritual on a good day without stopping and get all the way through it. But the chances are that you won't, because it's still in your short-term memory. And also you're still really having to concentrate on the words, so the meaning isn't coming through. And there are so many advantages from moving to 3 till 4. So when you're at stage 4, it's automatic. Stage 3 when you're driving is when your driving instructor's sitting beside you, and they're saying, clutch in, don't forget your indicator, check your mirror. They're guiding you through it, and you really have to concentrate. And if anything confusing happens on the road, everything goes up in the air. But with your ritual, you can get through it if you really, really concentrate and there's no distractions, and we know that rarely happens. And, you might just get through it. But try and remember it tomorrow and you won't. So getting from 3 to 4 can make a huge difference. So when you're in stage 4, it's automatic. Those of you who are Christians, it's the way that you can recite the Lord's Prayer without even thinking about it. It's driving whilst you're listening to the radio, maybe even checking your lipstick. No, you'd never do that. No, you wouldn't. But it's automatic. And the thing is, when you can get from 3 to 4, it means that you really start to understand the piece of ritual that you have learnt. And it also means that you can give it so much meaning for the candidate. They'll really understand it as well, because you're not thinking about the words, you're thinking about the meaning. And really that doesn't come until you have learnt the words. So persevere. And the only way you get from 3 to 4, and I've said this many times, is repetition. And you know this really, don't you? Because if you're learning a long piece, how well do you know that first few sentences or that first paragraph? You know it really well, and you can just rattle it off, because if you start at the beginning and work to the end, you've done that first paragraph many, many more times than you've done the last one. So you need to be at that first paragraph stage with the whole piece. So repeat it over and over and over again. You can never do it too many times. People say, oh, I think I'm over-prepared. Unlikely. Just get it really into your long-term memory. And the bonus is that if you're ever asked to do it again in a year's time, 2 years' time, it'll be lurking somewhere in your long-term memory, and you'll find it really easy to brush up. So persevere. That's what I'm going to do for the next week. I'm going to go over my 3 paragraphs over and over and over and over again, and hopefully by next Wednesday when I do my update, it will be some way to being automatic. It really does take longer than a week to brush it up, but I'll certainly be on the road, and I don't have to deliver this piece until April, so I'm okay. So don't forget, let me know how you're doing with your February challenges. I've been really, really pleased at the number of people that I've met at various lodges who have said to me, oh, I'm doing the challenge and I'm doing really well, or I've done more than I expected, and That's really sort of made my heart sing. So well done for that, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.